And we're live. Here with Darth Haster. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. What's all the madness about?
Everyday life.
I noticed the title.
Yeah, it's everyday
Oh,
life. It's just living everyday life. It's always madness. Sometimes getting on a bus could be madness. Sometimes going to a grocery store could be madness.
just walking
Am I
across the
wrong?
street could be madness.
Exactly. Am I wrong about that? No. Shit
No,
happens.
no.
Shit
It
shit goes crazy.
yeah, it does.
But thanks for coming through. How's how's
So,
things how's things going with you?
oh, they're fine here. I just basically got done streaming my open line show, and I thought, hey, I hadn't been on Slashers for a while. I'll pop in and say hi, and maybe chill out for a little bit. Uh,
The TWTG. I was just on his stream. We were watching Legion, the TV show Legion.
Ooh, I heard
You ever
that was
seen it?
good. Is that any good?
It's good so far.
No, I haven't.
Uh, we're like 4 episodes in. It's pretty good. It's better than a lot of other
Mm,
comic book TV shows I've seen. It's weird because it's based off a very
That's a
obscure character from New Mutants. It
I
would be
was about
just
to
like,
say a Neil Gaiman book, but
wait, oh, was this a totally different Legion? Was this a totally different Legion?
oh, okay.
Yeah, the name character, the character's name is Legion. Are you talking about the one with the angels?
Yeah, it's Legion is well, Legion's origins actually even go back to I believe the Bible, the one that was cast out from I think it was a man, and he sent it to a bunch of pigs, and they drowned themselves.
Okay, yeah, this is X-Men related. The show we were watching. It has nothing to do with that. I don't know if you
I'm
were.
really getting to the history of my demonica and monsters. I
Oh,
find it really fascinating.
well, this was. Yeah, this was. I don't know if you were into comic books at all, but there was the New Mutants comic book in the 80s, 90s. That was kind of like Junior League X-Men.
Yeah, it was like the B cast of X Men. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was like the trainees basically for people who would become
Yeah.
later X-Men, but they were their own superhero team. That's what it's based off of.
Let's see. There was X Men. There was X Factor, and then there's the European branch. There was Excalibur, and then there
Yep,
was the New Mutants.
and New Mutants became X Force in the comics when Cable when Cable became a big character. They turned it all into X Force.
That's right. And uh, and that's when they started to introduce Deadpool.
Deadpool, Cable, uh, Rob Liefeld was the guy who took everything over, and then they branched off and made Image. They were sick of Marvel, screwing them over, so they all went and made Image. All the popular Marvel artists and writers. They were like, all right, screw you, Marvel.
And then there was Spawn.
Yep. Well, every single one of them went over to Image with their own characters in mind. It was basically all about
Didn't a,
owning your.
didn't a couple of them go to Top Cow?
Well, Top Cow was uh, it was Mark Silvestri, I believe, who was also a former X-Men artist.
Yeah,
Because they all had,
I think it was Mark and Alan Silvestri both went to Top Cow.
but they because they all like not none of their characters were owned by Image. They all owned their own characters. Image just printed the comics, but they all own their own characters. Like, all right, Todd McFarlane may put
So
out
they
Spawn.
so they were
He may put out Spawn for
so
Image
you could
Comics,
say
but
they
he
were
owns Spawn.
so you could say they were Comicsgate before Comicsgate.
You know what? I guess you could kind of say that. When you think about it, it kind of is. It kind of is a.
It
But they were like
is.
comic. They were like Comicsgate that was like fuck you to their employers, and I was like, all right, we're just gonna walk out, become millionaires on our own, owning our own properties.
kind of kind of like Tim Burton and Don Bluth saying giving Disney the big old fu.
Oh, with what? What did Don Bluth give Disney the FU
Uh,
with?
uh, Don Bluth used to be an animator for Disney
I didn't know what he did. Did he do the
before he made his
Rescuers?
own studio. Of course, I think he
Did he
did
do the
have something to do with the
Rescuers?
Rescuers.
That
I
seems
believe
like the
so.
most Disney thing. That seems like the
He
most Don
also
Bluth
had
Disney
something.
type thing that I would think of.
He also had something to do with the Black Cauldron.
Oh, okay.
That was very Don Bluth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen the Black Cauldron. Holy shit. What's up, Wookie? How you doing, bro? Good to see you.
Yeah, I loved. I know because I love Don Bluth. Don Bluth is probably one of my favorite of the OG animators. He created a lot of great things. I especially like the Dragon's Lair series of video games.
I was about to say, did you ever try to play the arcade Dragon's Lair?
He did all the animation for that.
Have you ever actually played the
No,
arcade
no
Dragon's
shit. You were
Lair?
about to say that. Oh yes, I can't tell you how many freaking
Where?
quarters I popped into that
Oh,
bastard. It
Jesus.
was ridiculous how many
Yeah.
quarters.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I only played it once, way, way later. I was like, God damn, these flickering lights. Like, holy shit.
And
It
it's
also
enough to get.
really wasn't more. It wasn't so much of a game as it was like just. It was kind of like. It was more like Simon, if you remember the old school '80s game
Like an
Simon.
interactive cartoon show.
Yeah, yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one? Space Ace, right? I think he did one called
Yeah, I
Space
believe there was
Ace.
like two of those.
Because I never, ever. All right, growing up here as a little kid, like I used to actually trek out the arcade games, like go from neighborhood to neighborhood to trek out arcade games, like because every place had a different arcade game.
Set up
But
at
I would
different
never.
arcades.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I would never be able to find those ones. Those ones were more along the lines of like if you were to go to a movie theater, they would be in the lobby of a movie theater. It's like I could go to my corner store and play Pac-Man or Donkey Kong,
When I played
whatever.
Dragon's Lair, I had to go like a whole. I had to go to like a major city here where I live, and I had
Uh
to go
huh.
all the way up to I think 2 counties away just to
Uh
even
huh.
play Dragon's Lair. But I must have spent hours and Oh, it was well over a good $40 worth just playing that game, just in one
God damn.
standing. I got
Wait,
almost
I
all
hope you beat it.
the
I
way
hope you
through it.
beat
I
it.
couldn't get past that fucking dragon.
Well, I was gonna say $40. You damn well should have beat it.
Oh, I eventually ended up beating it. I ended up beating it next time I came up, but it was like months afterwards. And they told me it was, you're lucky. You're lucky you're playing this because somebody just bought this and we're gonna take it away tomorrow.
What do you mean? Do you mean did they bought it to go to the next store, or
No,
bought it?
somebody bought it to personally put in their
Oh, damn!
collection. Yeah, there are arcade collectors that actually buy fucking cabinets and
That
for
person
their
must
own
have been
personal game
loaded.
rooms.
Yeah, they must have been loaded. My friends and I were
But
gonna
yeah,
do that once.
I did end up beating that dragon. You were saying?
My friends and I were actually gonna do that once. Me and two of my other friends, we looked up uh, arcade cabinets, and we were going to pitch in to buy WrestleFest. I don't know if you remember WrestleFest from 1991. It was the one where they had two choices. You could choose a tag team or just fight in the Royal Rumble. But we were going to buy a cabinet until we found out that they had to have extra shipping here from Indiana. Like, not extra shipping, that we had to go pick it up from Indiana and bring it over here. So we were all like, okay, we're not going to do that. But arcade cabinets, that's
Mm.
not something it's not good to do that because these arcade cabinets sometimes are very busted. The controls won't work. I know that because I went to this
Uh,
place a few years ago called Barcade that has a bunch of old arcade games. It's a bar that has a bunch of scattered, all types of various arcade games scattered around the place. And some of these buttons were not working. Some of the coin slots were not working. Some of the joysticks were not working. So paying for one of those things, it's not good. You're better off getting an emulator. Getting like a Raspberry Pi or something.
oh, yeah, those that'd be easier.
Plus, you also don't have to plink quarters down in it.
Yeah, there's always that. You know, you could set it up for free play when you have it in your house, right?
Okay, but I'm saying like, what if the? All right, um, like I was saying to you when I went to this barcade place. You remember the Simpsons arcade game?
Oh man, that was an arcade game.
It was just like
Oh,
Ninja
yes, I
Turtles and
do.
just like
It
X
was
Men. Simpsons, Ninja Turtles, and X Men
yes,
were basically the same. They were basically the same game. They were
yeah,
all
they
great
kind of
games.
were.
They were all
They were
great
really
games, but
fun.
they basically were the same game. But if you're going to get an arcade cabinet and the controllers are busted, you're kind of just wasting your money. Yeah, all those Konami multiplayer games on the arcade, it was just copy and paste. It was uh, X Men and Simpsons. You swap out Mr. Burns for Magneto. That's all it really was. So, what was your favorite arcade game? If you have one. You actually have a favorite arcade game?
Bro, what what was the question again?
What was your
It kind of
favorite?
skipped on me.
Sorry. Uh, so you grew up being an arcade game kid, right?
Oh yeah, I went to the arcades every once in a while and had some fun. Who hasn't? I mean,
So what was your favorite? Could you remember a favorite?
my absolute favorite. I remember my arcade didn't have it. Another one that my arcade didn't have. I had to go up to the same mall that I had to go play Dragon's Lair at and go play a game called Altered Beast. Remember Altered Beast?
Oh, hell yes, I remember Altered Beast.
Which by the way, if if you got the first original Sega Genesis release, you got a choice between that and Golden Axe for your release game.
I thought it was Altered Beast at first, till they changed it to Sonic.
It was Altered Beast and Golden Axe.
Oh, see, I always thought Altered Beast was the original.
Yeah, there were two different releases for the Genesis.
To get the game with it. To get the game with it, yeah.
One had Altered Beast and one had Golden Axe. They didn't change it to Sonic the Hedgehog till years
I
later.
think it was like '91 when they changed it to Sonic.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. But I did end up buying a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog when it did release.
Well, Marvel vs. Capcom, EWTG, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, one of my all-time favorite fighting games. Bro,
I
I
always
was
had a
always
thing
big
for
into the Street
Psylocke
Fighter.
for some reason.
Oh, me too. Oh, same here. Oh,
Psylocke could kick some ass.
but Psylocke is my favorite X-Men character in general, even going back to the comics.
No, you got to be shitting me. Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she is.
that's awesome. She's my favorite as well. I love. It's like she's highly underestimated and and easily overlooked. But I love Psylocke.
But she was kind of what
Not to mention
the
Betsy
all right,
not to mention
yeah,
Betsy
go ahead.
Braddock wasn't that hard on the eyes either.
That's what I'm saying. Like they made her. She was kind of like the prototype of the badass girl. You know, the kick-ass girl that they try to make all the time in comics and movies now. But she was done right.
And I'd have to heartily agree with you on that.
And
She was Billy Badass.
and Jim Lee really knew how to draw her.
Oh, indeed, he did.
Yeah.
Every single curve.
Yep.
Everybody's like, "Oh, I like Rogue and Storm. Give me Psylocke."
Yep. Yep. That's also the thing with all the X-Men characters. The women had the best powers compared to the all the male X-Men characters. Like that's what I thought
Yeah.
anyway.
I mean, I could argue with that a little bit. Maybe Wolverine had some cool abilities. I mean, the man could basically.
Okay, yeah, he did. But if your main villain can just draw the adamantium out of your body like he did in the comics later on, you're kind of useless against this villain.
Oh, oh yeah, you're talking about Magneto. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's bad news bears all around. Hmm. That even sounds
yeah.
painful.
That one where
It was
there was
painful getting it in there. Apparent. It was painful getting the animated into him anyway, let alone getting it out of him. Ugh.
yeah, exactly. I had that issue where Magneto drew all the friggin' adamantium out of him. And then I kind of dropped off of comics afterwards, but like still kind of like whoever was into comics would still let me know what was going on. It's like, oh, now Wolverine has bone claws. It's like, okay. Then what was the point of the Weapon X project? I guess I have more issues to read.
That's I loved the whole Weapon X series. Weapon X series was great. It was
I
very in
never,
depth about how the whole origins of like it delved more into the origins of Wolverine and how
the one from Marvel Comics Presents, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I never had those. I never got those issues.
Before
I'm
the
sure
whole
they have
X-Men
them.
Origins Wolverine thing became a thing.
Oh God, oh God,
I used to have a bunch of
oh
them, but
God.
they all disappeared. But we're not going to go into that.
But you mean the movie, right? The X, the Wolverine Origins movie, right? That's what you mean. You mean
Yeah, the movie and the game. Yes. Don't forget there was a game.
there was for what?
Yeah. Um
PlayStation or
I
something?
believe it was I believe it was a PlayStation. I want to say 3 and Xbox 360. I think I'd have to look it up. I, I can't remember, but
Was
I
it
know it was
good?
on Xbox 360 for sure because I had it. It was it was okay. I mean, the combat system was actually pretty good. It was kind of like that whole Batman Arkham Asylum combat system.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That shit was good.
I remember. Oh shit, was it for PS2? I never even heard of this game because there was no commercials for this. But I go to my friend's house one day. Oh, you all right there?
Yeah, I'm all
You
right.
okay there?
Just yeah, I'm all right. Just smoker's cough. I'm fine.
Yeah, I have the same thing. There was a Predator game for PlayStation 2. It was just Predator. That looked pretty freaking awesome. Because my friend, I'd go to his house, he'd be in the middle of playing this. I'm like, when the hell did this come out? Because I got a really, really shitty Alien versus Predator game for PlayStation 2 that I played maybe once or twice. Because you had the choice of the aliens, the predators, or the marines, and both the aliens and the predators suck. I don't want to play as a marine. I want to play as an alien or a predator.
Yeah, I remember that game. Those games were fun. I remember playing that on the 360, the Alien versus Predator game.
No, this
That
one
was a
was
hell.
totally
I thought it
different.
was actually kind of fun, but
No, this one for PlayStation 2 was totally different though. It was not first person shooter ish. It was more like a chess piece type game.
oh yeah, I remember there were like different releases on different consoles, and it was a whole different game. That's where they kind of fucked up in the marketing, and like they just released a whole different game for the other console, and it was freaking weird. I don't even I don't even know how they messed that up. It's not that hard. I mean, even Doom and Quake got it right, sort of, because it was even harder to get Doom ported over to like a PlayStation. Although Doom was probably better on the PS1 than it was any other port besides PC.
I think the Atari Jaguar had a Doom style Alien vs Predator game. If anyone remembers the Atari Jaguar and that shit bomb,
I I didn't own an Atari Jaguar.
I did. I did it. I rented one. I
and
actually rented one once.
I didn't even know you could rent consoles until well, that didn't really start until the Xbox 360 days over where I live because reasons, I guess.
Well, I was actually in
Probably was more.
Tennessee at the time when I was living in Tennessee at the time when I was able to do this.
Oh, that
We couldn't do
explains.
this up here. I don't remember too many places around here where you could actually rent a console for a few days here in New York. So, in fact, I don't think there was. I don't think they would
Yeah,
give you the
I
responsibility
don't.
of doing that.
I don't. Yeah, they didn't start doing that till like later the Xbox 360 years here in West Virginia. I know that.
Um, that's where I first played Wolfenstein, though. I never played Wolfenstein because I never, occasionally I would go to my friend's house and they would have PCs. Wasn't always playing PC games. Rented Atari Jaguar, the crappy game that came with it, and Wolfenstein 3D. You know,
I think the first game that the id Software
pre
team
Doom.
actually did that actually that I actually played was Commander Keen, but that was back when they were still with Apogee Software,
Wait, which
but it was still
what was that again?
basically part of the team that made Commander Keen, the Goodbye Galaxy series. I think there was like 3 of those.
It was one of those types of shooters.
No, it was like an action platformer. It wasn't a shooter. It was an action platformer. That's what they started
Uh,
on
uh,
before they became Ideas from the Deep, and then it's off.
so since you remember to going to arcades and shit, you remember Neo Geo, right?
Yeah, I remember the Neo Geo series arcades, but I never really had the console. That was more popular over in overseas than it was here because the price tag was really hefty on that some gun.
Yeah, the console around here was more for rich kids. It's like $200 per cartridge.
Yeah,
The
that
system
was a
was
little
like six or
steep.
seven.
I mean,
Yeah, the the console was like $600 to $700. Like, who the hell could afford that?
hell yeah, the graphics were pretty good. I mean, it did get Castlevania Rondo of
Oh,
Blood,
they
but
were awesome.
who the hell could actually afford
Exactly.
that?
Rich kids. Well, rich kids'
Yeah,
parents. That's who could afford it.
that is one. Speaking of Castlevania, I'm gonna pop a shameless plug if you don't care. I'm doing a
Yeah, go ahead.
Castlevania discussion stream tomorrow. My time is actually going an hour early. I'll be at 9 Eastern, and we're gonna discuss the history and our our experiences with the Castlevania series. If if you guys are actually interested in that, it'll be one
Well,
of my first big discussions besides my whole Lovecraft discussions. So,
I grew up on a lot of the Castlevania games. I dropped off after Bloodlines for Genesis. I missed a lot
ooh,
after the Genesis Bloodlines.
okay,
Bloodlines was
okay.
fucking awesome. I love
So you do
Bloodlines. I
got some experience with
love
Castlevania.
that. Oh yes, absolutely,
I liked Blood.
absolutely.
Yes, Jonathan,
I
John
spent
Morris, and Eric Licard.
so
Hell yeah.
and Licard was the man. I never could get through the game with John Morris. because John
Oh
Morris's
yeah, you got.
whip was, yeah. Lacard had that crazy spear.
Yeah, you got to be an absolute badass to beat that with John Morris.
Yeah, Lacard was the
Even I
cheese.
had a hard time doing it
Lacard was the cheese character. If you want to get through with cheese factor.
because of that Lacard spear jump, man.
Well, not just the jump, but he also had the whip around, like where you could hit someone with the spear and then whip around and hit the guy behind you with the spear and do that back and forth.
Well, you could do that with Jonathan Morris as well.
As crazy as he could,
You just
though.
gotta, you just had to know how to do it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
it didn't look as cool. It was a hell of a flourish, but
I guess I just didn't mess around with him as much as I did using Eric Lacard. Plus,
yeah,
he
but
looked way cooler. He
Eric,
looked way cooler. He had that dope armor.
yeah. Too bad. How? Oh, too bad he actually died in that castle.
What in the later ones?
Yeah, and the later ones, you have they have us in Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. You actually play Jonathan Morris, John Morris's I think son, and he's accompanied by Charlotte Allen, and he goes through the castle, Dracula's castle, and while Elizabeth, I guess it's supposed to be Elizabeth Bathory, and is trying to help Bronner resurrect Dracula and use Bronner as a host for Dracula's soul, I guess.
What's the PlayStation, the PS1 version that everyone loves? Everyone
Th-
loves this one.
There are two the PS1 one,
Yeah, Symphony of the Night. Is that what it is?
Symphony of the Night.
I never
Yes,
got to play
Symphony of
that
the
one.
Night. It
I never got to play that one.
that I didn't play that one until it was released later, like on the Xbox 360 marketplace. So I never really got to play it on PlayStation. There's my
Uh, uh,
but I still played it.
let's, let's, I missed a lot of stuff on PS1, even though I had a PS1.
Yeah, I've played I think every single Castlevania game except for maybe Circle of the Moon and what's that other
You
one? I
even played
can't.
the Game Boy ones? You played the Game Boy ones?
Yeah, Circle of the Moon is the only ones the only one I haven't played from the Game Boy Advance ones or the yeah, I played the Game Boy ones,
Even
Castlevania
original,
Adventure
the
and
original
Monkey
Game Boy
Adventure.
ones. The original Game Boy ones.
Yeah, Castlevania the Adventure, not the rebirth. Yeah, I played. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll be getting into that, and I've got a lot of history with Castlevania. It's probably one of my favorite franchises
I
that
never,
actually came out on Nintendo. That wasn't exactly on Nintendo.
I never beat Simon's Quest, and I never beat Part 3.
Part 3 was a
I
bitch.
did manage to beat
I
Part
hate.
1. Well, Part 1 is the bitch. God damn, Part 1. Oh my god.
Oh, I actually beat that on an arcade cabinet.
Really?
I ain't telling you how many dollars worth of quarters I put in that bitch. You'll shit your pants.
Most I ever spent on an arcade in one sitting to beat it was $7. That's the most I ever spent.
Ooh. No, you're gonna have to go higher.
And No, it was to beat Double Dragon by myself.
Oh God, that's
It was to
murder.
beat that by myself. It was to beat that by myself.
The original Double Dragon on the arcade.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
God, that
Yes.
was freaking murder.
From beginning to end. Yes. Without having to
That game was
fight
meant to
my
be played with two people. That's
well, it's kind of bootleg when you have to fight your partner at the end of the game if you're playing it with two people. That when I learned that, I was like, I'd be really pissed off.
that reminds me of another one that pulled that trick. Do you remember Die Hard, the arcade game?
I played it once. Holy shit, that's the one that's kind of like it's a little bit overhead, right? Is it a little bit of an overhead view? It was
Yeah, it was
almost
a little
like
bit 3D.
almost Virtua Fighter graphics.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
What?
you get all the way through that with two players. You end up
Fight your partner at the
having
end?
to fight the second player to see who actually wins and whatnot. And
That sucks. See, that
basically, it
sucks.
turns out to be whoever has the most. It comes down to whoever has the most freaking quarters in their pocket wins.
That sucks. That sucks. Stuff like that always pissed me off. Because I never got to the end of Double Dragon with someone playing with me. I never did. But I spent like 6 or
I mean, you
7 hours
could. It's a
to beat
little
Double
easier with
Dragon.
somebody with you, but
All right, but
that's
then
not
you
bad
lose the
actually.
fight to
That's
your
actually pretty
partner.
good.
But I'm saying if you lose the fight to your partner at the end of the game, you're not really beating the game. Your partner beat the game, right? You didn't beat
I
the
guess.
game. Your partner did.
I guess it's whoever beats up each other. Whoever bows out of that one and backs down. I guess loses, and the other one gets the girl. I guess.
But I'm saying, you spend so many
Although
quarters to think,
it was
hey, we're gonna
Billy
beat
Lee's
this game
girl.
together. Yeah.
Although it was Billy Lee's girl in the first place. I mean,
No, but now he wants the girl.
it's like I put foot to ass for you, and what do I get?
Yeah, you're gonna stab me in the
I
back
get
and rescue
shit.
my
Yeah, of
girlfriend
course.
now?
You're gonna.
Scumbag, you're gonna stab me in the back and
I
steal
don't
my
blame him.
girlfriend now?
I mean, I'm not gonna blame him. I mean, since we're actually discussing video game story logic and theory, but yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't want to go through all that shit and blood and getting whipped by
Without coming out
chain women and all kinds of shit.
and without coming out with
Fuck.
some ass at the end. Like you gotta get that piece of ass at the end, right?
Yeah,
Like nah.
yeah. You gotta
Like
get
nah,
that
I'm gonna
booty.
stab you in the back.
I mean, I see his whole spiel here. I mean, really.
I don't know. I'm just talking about for the player's perspective. It's kind of lame. Sometimes beating a game with your friend where it was a two-player game, it was fun,
Yeah.
like getting through it.
Oh, speaking of another one that was absolute murder, how about Battletoads? Oh,
I know there was an arcade of Battletoads and I never played it. I know there was an arcade of it. And I never
oh, the arcade one was so much better.
Holy hell, that NES one. That NES one is like having a car battery
Oh,
hooked
that
up
was
to your
that
balls.
was murder, especially that turbo tunnel.
The turbo tunnel,
Yeah,
the fucking not,
yeah,
and not
the
just
one where
that,
you're on the little.
and not just that. And then when you try and beat the turbo tunnel, right? And then you accidentally hit a wall, and
Ugh.
it takes you to a warp zone. And then the next thing you know, you have to do that one where you're like on the snakes. There's that one where it's taking you through the level, and you have to like jump on the
Oh, I
back
hate the
of a
fucking
giant snake.
snakes.
Yeah, Battletoads was
I
an
know what you're
awesome
talking
game.
about,
Was an awesome
but it
game. It
was a
had awesome graphics.
bitch.
Oh, it was a bitch. Oh, it was a bitch. Oh, it was a bitch.
You know, that is one of the like top.
Difficult.
Even everybody rates that like in the top 5 hardest fair games of all time. Yeah, it probably is one of the most difficult games of all time. That is actually fair.
Um.
Unlike Silver Surfer, that thing was just
Oh
crap.
God, Silver Surfer. Jesus Christ, that game. That game
I
has
never
no mercy.
I'd never cussed and thrown a controller so much in my entire life than playing Silver Surfer.
Oh my God, that game is such a
I'm not gonna
bitch.
lie. I'm not gonna freaking sugarcoat it either.
That game is such a bitch.
I
Oh my
literally
God.
ripped a
You know
control
what?
one of them. No shit. I I ripped one of them NES controllers in half over that fucking game.
Another really bad one is Bucky O'Hare. Have you ever played Bucky O'Hare?
Oh god, I vaguely remember Bucky O'Hare. I only played a little bit of it.
It's a
I didn't.
pain.
I rented that back in the day.
It's a pain in the
I
ass
never
if you
really went
try
all
to
the way
get through it.
through it.
There are some games
Oh,
that when I was
yeah,
using
it
an
was hard
emulator,
enough.
I cheat. Yeah, some games using an
Yeah.
emulator is like I want to cheat because I want to see the end of this game, so I'm just gonna keep saving. That was one of
Hmm.
those games.
But that's what Game Sharks are for.
I can't use a Game Shark when I'm using a computer. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can.
really? No, wait. I
If
thought
you
it
get
was
the
just
emulator for
called.
the Game Shark, you could run the. There's like a little. There's like a little. No, there's a little minute. I think there was an emulator program that you could run in the background, and you could literally type in Game Shark codes, and use Game Shark codes on an emulator.
Really?
I had one.
Oh, I did not know that.
I don't know if it's still out there, and I don't know if it still freaking works, but yeah, it worked back when I had it. But I got it off the old shit bay, you know. Arg. But they shut that puppy down.
Oh, there was also okay, there was this one too. The X-Men game. Going back to X-Men, there was the X-Men game on Genesis where you reached a certain point and had to reset in order to continue the level. I don't know how you would be able to do that using an
Oh crap.
emulator. I believe it was the very first X-Men game for the Genesis.
Yeah. Whew. I don't know, but I'm having a hard time remembering which one you're talking about. There
It
were a
was the
few
very
X
first
Men
one. It
games
was
on the Genesis.
yeah, it was the very first one. I believe it was the very first one.
Was
Ooh,
was it the arcade game
no, no, no,
port
no,
or
no, no,
was
no,
it?
no, no. It was oh Tommy. It's good, Tommy. How you doing, bro?
Hey, hey, Tommy, how you doing tonight, man?
Here you go, Tommy. There you go. Jump in, Tommy, if you feel like it.
At least somebody's played Commander Keen. TWTG TWTG played Commander Keen back in the day. Thank God somebody knows
I
what the hell
never,
I'm talking about.
I never did. And there's another one that everyone used to harp on that I wish I would have played it called Metal Slug.
Oh, Metal Slug was the tits, man.
Oh
I,
God,
I remember a couple
I've
quarters
seen,
into that bad boy.
I've seen footage of it. I was like, God damn, I wish I would have been able to play this game.
They have the
Metal
entire
Slug was a
trilogy
Neo
on the
Geo game.
Xbox marketplace.
Metal Slug was a Neo Geo game, right? Was that a Neo Geo game? It looked very Neo Geo.
I think it was.
It looked very Neo Geo-ish from what honestly I found so many games. I found so many games that I've never even heard of that were so old just from looking up stuff on YouTube. That was one of those.
Aw. Yeah, I really don't know too much about Neo Geo because, like I said, I never really had one, but I do remember the Neo Geo arcade games.
Well, that's
And then there
mostly
was
how
the
I
whole
knew. Yeah, that's mostly how
the
I knew
Fatal
of them.
Fury,
Oh, Fatal Fury, King of
Fatal Fury.
Fighters,
Yeah, that but
King of Fighters. Shit like
that's how King of Fighters actually first started. It wasn't called King of Fighters; it was called Fatal Fury.
no doubt, Tom. I got you. Yeah, the Bogard brothers. What was it? Andy and Terry Bogard.
Yeah, I believe so. Which was the Final Fight crew. That's what I call them. Remember Final Fight?
Well, the unlicensed Final Fight crew. They were the unlicensed Final Fight crew because
And then there was a and then Sega had to come with their little ripoff. You remember Streets of Rage? It was supposed to be a
yeah.
Final Fight ripoff, but I think Streets of Rage held its own.
Well, Streets of
I
Rage
love
was a
Streets
beat
of
'em up.
Rage.
Streets of Rage was a beat 'em up.
Well, so was the
Well, fine.
Final
Yeah, no,
Fight.
I thought you meant Fatal Fury for a second because Fatal Fury was a
Final Fight
yeah. Final Fight was a beat 'em. I
was.
thought you meant Fatal Fury for a second because Fatal Fury was the Street Fighter ripoff from SNK.
Oh, I think they actually put a new Streets of Rage game out on. I believe I saw one out for PS4. They put a Streets of Rage 4 out
On their
on the marketplace
downloadables,
for the
right? Yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
Network.
yeah. Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
And they souped up the graphics and
I don't know
everything.
if it made
Yes,
it
I've
on
seen it.
Xbox or
No, I think it did.
yeah, and it from what I've seen from the trailers and stuff, it looked awesome. But I never actually got to download it yet. I was too busy getting that Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I'm not gonna lie.
What did it have on it?
What the Anniversary Collection?
Yeah.
It had it had Castlevania 1 and 2, and I believe it had a 3, and I think let's see. It had a whole bunch. It had Kid Dracula, which has not been released in the U.S. It had holy crap, I can't even remember what all it had. It had a lot.
Did it have Rondo of Blood?
No, there was a second collection that had Rondo of Blood.
Or
I
what was
believe
the
the anniversary collection did have a
the redo was called Dracula X or something?
yeah. There was that's the other collection. It had a Castlevania Rondo of Blood. The other one had Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Symphony of the Night, and the Dracula X Chronicles, all all in one game. And it was released on a I think PlayStation Xbox marketplace for PlayStation 4 and fuck, what was it? Would it be the Xbox One? I think.
What's up, Bone? How you doing?
I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm not even googling shit right now.
Ah, that's fine. Who the fuck needs Google at this time of night?
Me, because my old ass can't remember everything.
Just use drunken recollection. That's what I
That's
try to do
basically what
sometimes.
I've got right now. I don't know about the drunken part, but the recollection part.
It's fine. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to give you. Stigmatize you or anything.
Howdy, Bone. How you doing?
Yeah, Bone. Thanks for coming through. How you doing? How's it going? You going tubing next summer,
That sounds fun.
Tommy? Going tubing? Do you remember that
Yeah,
game? Tubing? Tubing?
yeah, I remember tubing. Barely. I remember tubing.
It was a
I
lame
remember
but
this
kind of fun
old
game.
NES game. It was a skateboarding game. It was a skateboarding
Skater Die?
game. It was called Skate or
Skater
Die.
Die?
Do you remember Skate or
Skater
Die?
Die. Of course I remember Skater Die. You know how many goddamn times I rented Skater Die?
I tell
Had
you,
no idea
when
how the controls worked.
when about one of my favorite video stores closed, I ended up buying this one, and
Skier
I don't know
Die?
if you
Was it
remember or
Skier
even
Die?
played it. Do you remember Skitchin for the Sega Genesis?
No. I
No,
remember
no, Skitchin.
720. No. No.
Okay, no, this
Skitchin?
wasn't a skateboarding game. It was a Skitchin. It was a inline skating game where you raced across on it was basically a racing game where you rollerbladed and hitch rides on backs of cars. It was
For Genesis?
skating and hitching. It was skitching. It's bitching.
For Genesis?
Yeah,
This is a Genesis
it was
game?
like Road Rash only on roller. It was like Road Rash only on rollerblades and backs of
Oh,
cars. It was awesome.
nice. Wow, if I could get my
I,
Pi working again, because I've been having trouble with having my Raspberry Pi working, I'll definitely check that out.
no, that's the way they actually described it on the. Yeah, I think it was the commercial. It's like it's skating and hitching on backs of cars. It's bitching. Get skitching.
um, I gotta say the worst. No, I can't say the worst, but the biggest pain in the balls Genesis game I ever played was The Immortal. Ever
Oh
tried to play that one?
God, I remember playing that on the. No. I played that on the Nintendo. Oh my
Yeah, I
god, I
know they
hated
made
that
a
freaking
Nintendo
game.
version. They edited the shit out of that Nintendo version because the Genesis version was way more gory. Oh my god, what they did
Yeah,
with the Genesis, what they did with that Nintendo version, they cut everything out of it.
yeah,
Wow,
it felt a little edited.
not a little. You're hacking people in
I
half,
guess
and
Genesis truly does what Nintendo.
what Nintendo didn't. I
Oh,
also
that was
love that. I
literally
mean,
the slogan when it was Genesis versus
I
Nintendo.
know Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Of course, I remember that because it was a 16-bit system taking shots at an 8-bit system. That's not fair.
Yeah, but they came
And
back
then
with
they
that
got
whole
their then they got smoked when the Super Nintendo came
Super
out.
Nintendo, and then they
Yeah.
just about blew them out of the water.
And then they tried to just add on things
Nintendo's been
onto
in the
the
console
regular
wars
Genesis.
forever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like Nintendo's been hanging by a thread for a while, but the whole Switch is basically opening up the floodgates.
I can't say the last. I gotta say the last Nintendo system I played was probably GameCube. Maybe was it GameCube? I don't know. Maybe.
I didn't get a GameCube till the Wii U came out. I'm not gonna lie.
I never had a GameCube. Sorry, I gotta mute myself for a second.
And to be honest, I'm gonna vamp here for a little bit. The only reason I actually bought a GameCube was to actually play the Metroid Prime series and to try to get some of the Zelda games, and of course that F Zero game. I've always loved F Zero. I'd rather play it than Mario Kart. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know about you, Slasher. As soon as you get back, but I loved F Zero. It was a lot faster and a lot more furious than Mario Kart, and I just that it was just a heck of a lot more fun. It was hard as balls, but yeah, it was good. Especially the later iterations for GameCube and that one for GameCube, the GX series, the F Zero GX. That was great. And I think they also did a version for the. I think they did a version for the N64 as well, but I had it too. But the F Zero. I love the F Zero games. F Zero games were fun. Let's see another good one. The Zelda series. I've always loved the Zelda series. I could probably talk about lore of that one too. I used to have like the whole books, the whole Hyrule Historia books. There were like four of those books. I had the first three, and I could literally argue the timeline if you really wanted to really get technical. And I could probably still do it to this very day without even looking at the books. Argue the whole Zelda timeline. You back, Slasher?
Yep. Sorry, had to take care of something for a second.
Yeah, I was just
Uh,
rambling on about what
oh
all
yeah.
Nintendo and the whole F Zero series and what other video game franchises I could probably just ramble off the top of my head and give you basically an entire history of,
Oh, F
especially the Zelda
Zero,
series.
the very first F Zero game. I fucking love that game. The Super Nintendo F Zero, very first one. Love that game. Love that.
Yeah, I played every single F Zero game.
That's actually That's a good party game. The very first F Zero Super Nintendo game. Great game to pass around
Yeah,
to your friends and play against each other.
and
Kind of like Mario
yeah,
Kart. Mario Kart with the same way.
Mario Kart was just a slowed down version of F Zero, really,
It really was, yeah. But with
or
what with
or
weapons?
was or was F Zero a sped up version of Mario Kart?
Well,
Ooh,
Mario
because
Kart had weapons. F Zero, you didn't have weapons.
you got to think about that. You got to really think about that because they both came out about the same time. So which is it?
But Mario Kart had weapons, you know. F Zero, you didn't have weapons.
You didn't really need weapons. You basically your cart was a weapon. Oh, are we going on camera now? I guess.
I'll go on camera. I don't give a shit. I'll go on camera.
Yeah,
You
me
don't
neither.
have to. Okay, cool.
Woo!
How you
That's
doing,
fine.
bud?
It's all good.
Here we are,
I'm doing all
face
right.
to
You?
face, a couple of silver spoons.
Wow, I haven't heard that track in a minute.
That track.
Yeah, that track for the theme track for that the Silver Spoons. Yeah, I knew what that was. Yeah, you too. Needed a little ah palate.
Cleanse the palate.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen your face. Usually you're like all in the shadows and shit.
Uh oh. Well, I had to arrange some things, so my light is showing my face.
It's good to actually see you for once. It's awesome.
Here's my hideous mug.
Yeah, I don't usually get on camera. That yeah. Here's my face for radio.
And my voice for silent movies.
Ah,
Well, whatever.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, they've been watching us for a good what the fuck is it? An hour or something? We got to have a voice for something, right?
Yeah, true. I can't have the Stephen Hawking
They've been
thing.
listening to us talk about. Yeah, I can't compute
Exactly.
anything either. The quantities of the universe are parallel to the facsimiles of their of I don't know.
Yeah. Black holes. Yeah, nah, nah.
Rest in peace, Stephen Hawking.
So,
I hope you didn't forget your translator, Tommy.
is a guinea pig inside a human mech suit? That's not true. I met you, Tommy. I met you, Tommy. You're actually a human being.
Yeah, I actually saw Tommy on the one stream with you and him. Actually, this isn't really the first time I've actually seen your face.
Yeah,
I'm being hella
I know
pointed,
you came
but this is
through
the
in the.
first time that
I
I've
know
actually
you
been on
came,
stream with you.
but I'm saying I know you came through in the chat there, and you saw the debacle that went on during that whole thing. And it seems like I'm going to be talking about that forever, and I don't want to. I'd like to just leave that whole entire thing in the rear view mirror. I really would.
Well,
That was a fucking disaster.
uh, it was a horror show.
Oh, oh, Mondo shit show. That's what that was.
Yeah, we're not going there. But back to video games. I think I want to take it all the way back to Wolfenstein if you don't care.
Yeah, I was just talking about Wolfenstein. I love Wolfenstein. The Atari Jaguar version is the first one I played.
Ooh. No, that definitely my first version. Mine was the PC version.
Yeah,
It was
that
Wolfenstein, yeah, Wolfenstein 3D. It was really fun. I actually enjoyed that one. That was probably the best way to play it, really.
Oh, by the way, here, Tommy, uh, Tommy, let Ancient One know what my new, what my new Twitter is, because Ancient One asked me a question and I can't get back to him now because I was locked out of my old account due to certain circumstances.
Oh, you found a copy of Castle Return to Castle Wolfen or Escape
A PC
Castle
copy,
Wolfenstein.
really?
Oh, you talking the old Silas version, not the yeah, Captain Binky's Silas Binky. Yeah, that's the one. The one that Wolfenstein 3D was based off of. It was based off of Escape from Castle Wolfenstein. It was a guy named Silas something or other that actually made the original Escape from Castle Wolfenstein. It was kind of like a pixelated maze game, like adventure, where you go around this base trying to find keys and taking out
You
guards and
you mean the old school
sneaking around and
Atari?
stuff.
You mean the old school Atari adventure game, right?
No, this was I think pre-adventure, I believe. Oh yes, this is the one I'm talking about. Tommy says, "Oh, that is a fucking find and a half, Tommy. Holy crap! I'd actually keep that if I were you. Oh my god, that is that is a collector. Actually, the programmer is actually deceased now. So yeah, I'd keep a hold of that puppy.
Damn, if only he had it autographed by that guy,
Oh, shut your blasphemous mouth! Really? That would be awesome.
right?
That would be absolutely freaking amazing if it was autographed. That'd be cool as shit. But I don't think we're that lucky. Are we? Are you, Tommy?
He'd also need that.
How lucky are you?
He'd also need that thing where it has the certificate of authenticity.
It's still got the box.
Damn,
Oh my god, dude, I'm fucking nerding out right now.
Sentinel.
Dude, send me the photos. Show me
How you
that
doing,
beautiful.
Sentinel?
Show me that beautiful photo. Show me that beautiful footage.
That
Hey,
beautiful
Sentinel,
bean
how you doing?
footage. That
That
beautiful
beautiful
bean
castle,
footage.
escape to Castle that beautiful escape to Castle Wolfenstein footage. Yeah, yeah. I've literally got my Twitter open right now. I'm literally just waiting. I want to see this. I'd even share the screen because this would be some beautiful stuff.
Oh, wait.
Oh, please say that's it.
I'll be right back. Gotta grab a brewski.
I just okay. Gotta grab brewski. Wait, I can't. No, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to drink it for me. I guess I'll be some more. There's other games. I wanted to bring Castle Wolfenstein, but Wolfenstein had some really weird iterations. There was I think even a RPG for the cell phones. Oh yeah, see if you have a pick on your phone still. That'd be awesome. Oh dear lord, that'd be great. I'm like totally nerding out right now because if you have that, I'm like, hello, that would be awesome. And I think we tweeters went to twat.
Okay, I'm back in the saddle again.
Yeah, he's back. He's
In the
back in
saddle
the saddle
again.
again.
I'm back. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we were talking about the whole escape to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, they put out a whole bunch of afterwards Wolfenstein games. There was a really bad Super Nintendo version of it. Really bad.
Oh, I had that version, and boy, was it bad.
The Super Nintendo version. Yes, not good. Not good. Like, what's the opposite of
Yeah, I
good?
didn't really
Not good.
bad. It was bad. Sorry, I've been listening to a lot of Little Red Riding Hood. So we always. You ever hear that song? That old Little Red Riding Hood song.
I don't know if I did.
At the end, it's like they start the near the end after the whole "You sure are looking good. You're everything that a big bad wolf can want."
No.
Oh, and then
All
it's
right.
like I'm bad, 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 bad.
All right. No, I can't say I heard that one.
Yeah, I love that part. I don't know why. It's just fun to vocalize it. And I think it's just one of those hilarious novelty songs. It's just fun. Plain out fun. Yeah, I was trying to get the filler while you were getting your baruka.
Yeah, no problem.
Man, that sounds pretty good. That crack.
If only my back would crack with that sound, I'd be able to walk normally.
Oh man, you found some good. Oh, it's like me in the morning. I sound like a fucking Rice Krispie, like a bowl of Rice Krispies, except for I'm not wet from milk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I snap, crackle, and pop.
Like, uh, like there's things where if I move around my arm like this, I can hear my shoulder cracking around, like Rice Krispies.
Oh yeah, I get that shit too.
But you know, it happens.
Yeah, the things we Beavis and Butthead games. Oh man, he's just
Oh, the Beavis and Butthead Genesis game. I don't know I don't know about the Super Nintendo one. The Genesis game,
oh both of them were
that was
actually
another
pretty
one.
good.
The Genesis one was like you had to have a guide. That Genesis one, you had to have a guide.
Super
Oh,
Nintendo was still pretty hard. It was just as hard.
was it as bad as the Genesis one? Is that Genesis one?
Yeah, it was
That
just as
Genesis one?
bad.
Oh, he says the PC games.
I've never played the PC but Beeps and Butthead game. I played the shitty Mega Man game for the PC.
How? What? Huh?
Yeah, there was a PC port of the original Mega Man, and boy, was it crap.
Like, what did
Yeah,
they do with it?
the colors were just really bad, and the controls were. Yeah,
Oh, oh,
you
oh,
know how they're
oh.
real tight and responsive for the Nintendo. No, you don't have that kind of shit there on the PC. It was balls, dude.
Wait, was this the DOS one? The what?
Yeah, the DOS one.
Okay, yeah. Oh shit.
Oh,
AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd.
yeah.
Okay.
Angry Video Game Nerd covered that. Yeah, I had that too. That man, that thing, it was just as bad as
Oh, that was awful.
AVGN described it. It
That
was
was
freaking
awful.
horrible. It was, if I could describe it in my words, I would definitely describe that as an abomination, a thing that definitely should not be. It is so bad. It is bad even beyond Eldritch standards of comprehension.
um,
Almost like Silver Surfer.
you know
At
what
least,
really pissed
at
me off
least,
about Silver Surfer? You know what
uh,
really pissed me off about Silver Surfer?
at
For an NES game,
least I
Silver
could say
Surfer
that
had
Silver Surfer had responsive controls.
not only that, but goddamn, that game had great graphics for an NES game. It really did. For an NES game at the time,
Yes,
it
it
had
did.
great graphics.
I agree. I agree with you. It
And
had
they just
amazing
they're like,
graphics, but the collision detection was fucking balls, though.
oh god, no. They're just gonna screw you over left and right.
Your hitbox was
And plus
way
I
too
always hate
freaking
that
huge.
I hate that one shot, one kill thing. I hate that one shot, one death thing. I hate that. I hate that.
Oh,
Especially
I could
for a
handle
game
that if it was like Gradius, where your hitbox wasn't that big.
and you don't have to. All right, this was also my
I,
gripe about games like that. It's like when you die, you don't start from the point of where you died. You start way back from where you died. There was a lot of NES games that did that shit, and that pissed me off. It's
oh,
like
God.
you die and you restart
I
from
mean,
the
it was
beginning
not
of
like
a
Akari Warriors, where you just.
where you're just dying or Contra even you know you die and then you're respawned immediately where you died in Contra.
Yeah, at least they gave you that little blinky grace period to get the hell out of the way and whatnot.
Yeah, a little invincibility glow when you respawn.
Yeah, I call it the grace period of invincibility. That's what
That's
I
what it
call it.
is. It's what it is. The grace period. Um, yeah,
And then there's
Castlevania didn't do that though. Castlevania didn't do that. They have you die goes what and you dead.
no. I think what really made Castlevania hard was probably the whole fucking knockback system. When you got hit, you got a little knockback,
Whoop, and then you go whoop whoop. Every time you get hit, you go whoop, and you get
and then
knocked
you
back.
fall to pit like.
Du- 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 du.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you ever heard Blue tried to sing the Castlevania theme?
Who?
Blue from Blue's Clues.
Oh no.
Oh, I always have fun with
But
voices. Voices are fun.
the Beavis and Butthead game for the Genesis was a pain in the balls that you really needed a guide to get through. There was no way you were
That
just
thing was
going to get through this game without having some sort of information. You needed information on how to beat this game. I did it,
oh
but and this one, Tommy says I never got to play because I never got to play too many 64 games. I never got to play too many 64 games. The South Park Nintendo 64.
oh hell yeah! The South Park. It
I, s-
it was a pain in the
I
ass,
saw it, but I never got to
but it
play
was
it.
wicked fun. It was fun. I did like that game. That game was kind of fun, but it was a pain in the ass. It was probably one of the hardest shooters on the N64.
And he says,
And
piss
I thought
snowballs?
Quake on the 64, but yeah, you literally you had infinite ammunition with the snowballs, but you could soup them up by passing on them, and they hit harder.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
That's how bad. Well, it's South Park. I wouldn't expect anything
Yeah,
less.
I know. That's awesome, though, for a South Park Doom type shooter.
For a Nintendo game, for that matter. I mean, that was something. I mean, you got
Well,
to admit.
Nintendo also had to lighten up because on the Super Nintendo they realized they had to rein in their family friendly bullshit because their first Mortal Kombat was absolute shit. And then all of a sudden they added fatalities in Mortal Kombat 2 for Super Nintendo. So they realized, hey, we have to change our whole entire for the kids type shit. Do you remember the first Mortal Kombat on Super Nintendo?
Yes, yes, I had
Sweat,
both versions.
sweat.
I had both. I had both versions,
You uppercut people and there's sweat coming off
and I also
everybody.
have a friend that swears up and down. I also have a friend to this very day that swears up and down that he had blood on the Super Nintendo version.
Oh, he's lying. He's lying.
Yeah, he's lying out of his ass. I know he is
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because there's no way in hell that you had the blood
No
on
way.
the.
No way. No way. No way. Because they let everybody know. They also let everybody know. If anyone remembers back in 1993, Mortal Monday was a huge thing. Mortal Monday was when both
Oh yes, it was.
systems released Mortal Kombat. That's when both the
That was a
Genesis and the
day that
Super
I
Nintendo
actually. I never played hooky from school, but that was a day that I actually contemplated actually playing hooky
actually
from
doing
school.
something.
Just to, yeah, that was just one of them days that I was like, hey, I'm gonna fucking skip me some school so I can go play some Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Monday, they made such a huge deal out of this. And then when everyone got their Super Nintendo copy, they're like, I'm uppercutting everyone, but everything's gray. It's like, I'm doing the fatalities, but these aren't fatalities.
And those fatalities were balls compared to
Horrible. But even on the Genesis one, you had to put in the code for the
compared to the
blood and
Genesis
the.
version. Man,
You
I
still
kind
even
of
had to
like.
put in the
Oh,
code.
yes, and yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I still remember that code to this very day.
For the Genesis,
Yes, it is. Let's see on.
you
You
had
got
to
to
go into
hold
the
the.
options, right? But you had to go into the
N-
options, I think.
No, you had to do it on the screen before the
Oh yeah.
logo came together. You had to put in ABACABB, and then you'll hear a sound. I forget what the sound is. I think it's like ah, and then it'll restart again, and then it'll give you the blood.
I thought there was a code that you had to put in the options. Mind you, it's been a long time since I even bothered playing the Sega Genesis version of it. But the Super Nintendo version, oh my god, all my friends bought it and they were all so disappointed. And I was like, what did you expect when they announced to you that they were going to do this? Like they announced to everyone before they released it.
It was a big
That's how it
thing.
was going to be.
It was a really big thing because they had trials over this shit. Remember all that?
You mean
It's
you
how the
mean like
ESRB was founded.
indecency
The
trials?
Electronic Service Rating Board, the uh, the video game ratings trials, where
Hmm.
founded the ESRB. It was all Linda Tripp and the MPAA's doing that created the ESRB.
TM TMNT
It
handheld
was
game.
that one,
Oh god,
there's Mortal
Tiger,
Kombat,
Tiger.
Doom, and Night Trap, and there was
Oh,
also
Night Trap
Night
got
Trap
so
being
much shit.
under watch with
Night Trap got so much shit too.
and
They yanked that from the friggin' shelves. I remember,
Phantasmagoria.
but I remember they yanked Night Trap from the
Nope.
shelves.
Yeah, they did yank. Now that'd be a sight. Tommy did send me the photo. Oh, he sent me a couple photos. I'm just waiting for these puppies to boot up. Oh my gosh, she's got the okay. Oh my gosh, a Tandy dot matrix printer freaking booklet. How Oh, I thought you were gonna send that picture of the Castle Wolfens. That was gonna be the
I'm
cool one.
sure he has plenty of pictures of shit to send. He's
Okay.
been
Here's
he's
the
been
okay.
digging
I'm
through
gonna
stuff.
boot up the Turtles one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, I used to have this. I used to have this. I remember this one. I'm gonna share screen.
Sure thing.
And here we go. You remember that? Oh my gosh, I had that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the Tiger. That's the Konami. I thought he was gonna have a Tiger one. Those horrible Tiger
Yeah,
ones.
these are the Konami versions.
I forgot
And the
Konami started
Coleco
putting those
thingy.
out. I forgot
We'll
Konami
just
started
go.
putting those out because those Tiger ones, every single one of those Tiger ones was the same fucking game. Like if you play
Oh
Batman,
man.
you play
Alien
Batman,
Attack.
you play Batman, and you play Full House. You're playing the same game.
Yeah. That Jesus, too many pictures on the phone.
Hmm.
So many pictures. So little time.
No biggie, Tommy.
So many pictures. So many pictures. So many guinea pigs. Anyway. Uh, I hate to cut this short, but I have to
No
get going,
problem.
brother.
I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. Uh, hour 30 in. Uh, but
I'm glad you could stop by the show tonight. That was cool of you.
oh, thank you for stopping by here tonight. Always appreciated. First off, anytime anyone could stop by
Oh,
here,
you're
and
welcome. You're
actually,
welcome.
you know,
Thank you.
anytime anyone can stop in and speak to me one on one like a human being, it's always fine. Always appreciated.
I got tentacles.
You just showed your face before you bullshit.
I know. I just, oh.
I already know you're a human being. You showed your face before. I know you're a human being. Sorry to blow up your spot and
Yes,
all.
face for radio.
Sorry to blow up your spot and all.
Oh, thanks. You blew my cover. Damn you.
But yeah, I have time to kill, but I'm not going to be running this as a one man show. So when you drop, I'm gonna drop shortly after because I'm not running a
Well,
one man show.
oh, well, thank you for having me. It was really fun. If you want to do this game discussion thing again, it'd be really fun. I'm down. I didn't even know
Oh
what I
well,
was really getting into tonight. Fun.
this wasn't even a plan to talk about video game stream. This
It
wasn't
just
even a
kind of
plan to
happened that
talk
way.
about video game stream. Yeah, it just kind of happened that way because it just happened that way. But wait, Tommy, what are you saying? Wonder Wheel? Uh, absolutely, Tommy. Just let me know when you're gonna bounce from Jersey, and I will dead take a trip with you to the Wonder Wheel.
You're going to the Wonder Wheel? That's awesome.
Whenever he wants to, you know, like he came here and then he was like, "You want to take a trip to the Wonder Wheel and just record stuff?" And it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm gonna take an hour and a half long trip down to Brooklyn on a train with a mask." I was like, eh. I was like, kind of already had to alter a few things, so that kind of wasn't in my back pocket or anything. But you know what? You plan it out a little better next time before you bounce. Absolutely, Tommy. And also, it's going to be November soon. You know that Wonder Wheel is not going to be lit up. That Wonder Wheel is not going to be lit up.
Heck, it's
You know
already
the one.
Friday here.
You know the Wonder Wheel, right?
Yeah.
You seen the Warriors?
Yeah.
Very opening of the Warriors.
I remember the Wonder Wheel. Yeah, that was one of the cool scenes.
But Darth, go ahead, plug your channel and everything, so we could break out of here
All
like
right.
civilized
All right.
adults at 1:41 in the morning.
Sounds
Responsible
good to
adults.
me. And well, I am Darth Hester. I host Open Lines free speech kind of randomness show
Wait, I gotta cut you off here.
mm, at 10.
Darth, Darth, I gotta cut you off here.
Yeah.
Show that
Yo.
face. Show that face to the crowd.
Hey. How you doing?
Okay. Continue.
You good now? Are you done? Okay.
Continue.
Well, I forget where the fuck I was now.
That's okay. Restart.
Well, I run a channel, open mic, open lines, free speech show, randomness, and basically almost anything goes except for blatantly cussing somebody out. Unless you have an LOL behind it, or or you start laughing afterwards, we're good. What?
Oh, unless you're gonna
Yeah,
just
that's
straight
true.
up be a dick too. Unless you're gonna just come in and straight up be a dick. So,
Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna do that, yeah. Then
then by all
other
means,
than
right?
that,
Then
hell,
by all
we
means,
even have those, and we just let them
then
stay.
by all means, sit and spin on this, right?
Uh, Yeah, pretty much. Um, it gets a lot. It gets fun. It gets crazy. It gets sometimes even down almost X rated. But hey,
So I've heard.
that's life for you.
So I've heard. But you do a stream pretty much every day of the week.
Yeah, any closer, you'd probably
Every
have to watch Hub
really.
every night,
I always like to
every night,
I like to come by and say what's
every
up to
night
you.
at 10.
Always like to come by and say what's up to you. Darth Haster, right here. This fella right
Oh,
here.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Good chill person to talk to. Everyone should get to know Darth Haster. He's a dead ass cool guy to talk to. He's not a hateful person. He don't start shit with anybody.
I don't
He
find
stops in
shit.
my
Shit
book.
finds me.
He stops in my book. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm kind of the same exact way. But thanks for coming through. Uh, I don't know. Maybe one day I could get you to come through for a watch party.
Yeah.
I know our schedules usually
Um.
conflict.
Yeah. Yeah. Our schedules usually conflict, so that's why it's really hard to catch you on a watch party. And some nights I even have a hard time even wrenching for you. I'm actually supposed to
Eh,
be in the chat right now, but
don't even stress that, man. Don't even stress that. Don't even stress that because I already have that under control. Not even from you, but from me. Not from
all right.
any people who are a wrench on my channel. Like I have that under control. You don't have to worry about that. But thanks for coming through.
Oh, good, good, good.
Uh,
Always, and I'd like to see you on my channel again sometime. It's been a while.
oh no, I came through last night, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You really didn't remember that? You really don't remember that? I
That
came
is
through
right.
last night.
Yeah. Uh, well, my nights are blurring together.
Well, it happens. I mean,
I've got so much shit going on through my head right now.
but
I'm all jacked up and don't know what to do with myself. Really,
but
it's probably going to take a while winding down and unplugging just to even go to bed.
it happens. But
Well,
have a good night. TWTG content. Who's another great person I shall want to talk to. Wookiee Supremacy. Hey, maybe one day I could get this guy to come through and talk.
ooh,
Tommy, of course. Tommy and
what
the Guinea
Wookie?
Pig Collective.
Good,
Yeah, Wookiee Supremacy.
good luck. I'd like to see Wookie on a panel. That'd be awesome.
Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Of course, the man. Tommy is the man.
The man, the myth, the guinea pig legend.
Bone. Thanks for coming through. And anyone else who was a ghost in the chat, but oh, Sentinel. Sentinel, another good guy. His robotic voice is awesome. I wish I could get Sentinel to use his robotic voice on my chat once. Uh, yeah. So, Darth,
Yeah,
talk to you at a later date, and thanks for coming through.
awesome sauce.
And peace out, everybody.
It was good. It was fun having it. Y'all, peace.
Have a good one, folks.
Stay awesome.
Be back at a later date
Stay awesome.
with more random bullshit. Later, folks.
Later, Gators.
And good night.